Hello, I'm Izzy with Endo360 Help, bringing you different solutions in how to manage endometriosis naturally. And today I'm in the TCM Center with Dr. Yuan Ting, and we will talk a little bit more about how traditional Chinese medicine can help with endometriosis. Hello, Dr. Yuan.
Hello.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
And could you please tell us a little bit more about how Western medicine practice is different to the traditional Chinese medicine practice?
Okay. Similar to say, is one kind of Eastern culture, another is a Western culture. If we need to understand the Western medication, we must know the medication, the special words, the knowledge. For example, we must know the physiology, the pathology, and the pharmacology. And as a metaphor, we see the Western medication. We say our body is like a machine. So we have a different part, different organ combined together, and every organ have its own function. And if this part have problem, okay, I will focus on this part, and maybe I repair this part, or maybe I change a new part for it. This is the Western, the view. And how the doctor to diagnosis the disease, make a diagnosis, and they must besides the normal the examination, and they must have to find some the evidence to support this diagnosis. For example, such as they will use some the radiography.
Okay.
For example, like the ultrasound, the CT scan, the MRI, this kind of things, or the laboratory, the examination. For example, like the urine test, the blood test.
Yes.
So to support this diagnosis. And if in Eastern culture, in Eastern medication, you must understand the Mandarin. You must understand the special for the Eastern medication, the words. For example, we talk about the qi, the blood, the yin and the yang. So you must understand what's meaning inside. So you more understand. As a metaphor, so before we see the Western medication, we see our body is like a machine, right? And in TCM, we see our body is like a Zen garden.
Very nice.
Yeah, like the Zen garden. So every part have its connection, and the whole environment must be very nice. If one part have problem, another part will have a problem. And sometimes this part have problem. Maybe it's not because this part have problem. Maybe because the other part have problem to affect that part have problem. So this is the difference.
That is big.
And now, with the change and the development of the society, so our TCM, besides the traditional examination, for example, we ask people a lot of questions, and we take people the palms, ACL tongues, and we also use the modern examination, like before we mentioned the Western medication, the examination, to make it more clear and exactly what's the problem with the people, what's the disease, and use a different way for the people, treatment for the people. So this is the difference.
So you still rely on a little bit of Western medicine or Western diagnosis?
Yes, that's very necessary, to be honest. And the one thing I must see is, today we talk about the TCM and the Western medication. It's not means the TCM can instead with the Western medication. It's just you can realize I feel it's very good
Combine?
commentary.
Okay.
Complementary.
Complementary.
Yeah,
Yes.
complementary the medical method to help each other.
So they can combine together.
Yeah, and you can realize some kind of problem if you only use for example, you only use a Western medication or Western method, maybe still cannot resolve.
Yeah.
And some case you do all the examination, maybe you cannot find the reason,
Problem. Yeah.
the problem, and this kind of things, and you do the TCM the method is they can have a good result.
That's very
So-
good. And very
so-
interesting.
Yeah, so of course no medication is perfect. So combine together is can help each other and then make the
Perfect. solution.
yeah this is my
The best solution possible.
yeah this I think about it.
That's wonderful. So, can you please tell me now, specifically for endometriosis patients, what can traditional Chinese medicine do for endometriosis patients, and how does traditional Chinese medicine understand endometriosis as a disease?
Simple to say, because in TCM we say the endometriosis is qi and blood circulation is blocked. And in Mandarin we say the 真假. Let's try to show the kanji. The Mandarin.
The pinyin.
Yeah, the pinyin. The 真假 means the 真 means the blood circulation not very good. The 假 means the qi the circulation is not very good. So totally the qi and the blood circulation not very good. So have the blood clots inside into our body.
Yeah.
So this is what we think about it. But the difference with Western is as a Western, if you have the endometriosis problem and maybe they use hormone treatment for you and take a hormone pill or hormone injection to control the endometriosis growth. Or if the case is very worse, and maybe they will think about the surgery.
Yeah.
How this is the Western treatment. And then in TCM, the difference is, yes, we say it's because the qi and the blood circulation are very good, but different people have a different reason and have this kind of result. So, for example, some people maybe because the qi, because the body is cold, so make the blood circulation very good. Some people maybe because the qi almost like the energy. Is the energy is too weak, so cannot push the circulation. And some people maybe because the blood circulation not very good, so make the abdominal environment less nutrition and less oxygen. We have these kind of things. Some people maybe because they're stressful. So different reason and have make the same result. So the Western is the same problem, endometriosis. 10 people use the same method.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And but the TCM, 10 people is this problem, but because have different reason, so 10 people maybe the treatment is different.
Ah, okay.
So this is
It's very individual.
yeah, this is
Even
the
though
TCM.
the disease is the same, the treatment for traditional Chinese medicine is more individual than Western.
Yes,
practice.
correct. Sorry, other question is
How does it? Well, actually, how can it help? What can you do for endometriosis patients to help them?
Good question.
To help them move the qi or the blood to enhance the circulation.
It depends on which kind of symptom they have. And for example, the endometriosis, the most people maybe the menses is irregular. So the TCM can help them to make it regular. And some people maybe is when the period comes, they are very painful.
Yes.
So we do the treatment for
the pain.
reduce or less painful. And some people maybe because they cannot pregnancy, the infertility problem, and we will do the treatment for this kind of problem. So different people they have different symptoms, and we choose different method for them.
Okay, that's very educational, and it actually brings me to the next question, which is what are the specific benefits? And now you can maybe tell us a little bit more about, because from your practice you use mainly Chinese herbs and acupuncture. Obviously there's other Chinese methods. I know there's moxibustion and some other ones that are being used, but you're mainly concentrated on acupuncture and Chinese herbs. Can you tell us a little bit more about how Chinese herbs and acupuncture specifically can help with endometriosis symptoms for patients?
Okay, like the Western, the method. So different people, they will choose different method for them. Some people, they need to take the medication. Some cases they have to do surgery. Some cases they have to do maybe some other things. And the TCM is the same. Different method can have different function, cannot instead with each other. And I, except the Chinese, I feel many people they know the acupuncture.
Yes.
They are very believe in the acupuncture. But I want to share with the acupuncture just one of the method in TCM.
Yes.
It's not means every method, every problem use acupuncture is okay. And the acupuncture is very good at is for push the people the blood circulation better.
Okay.
And some people maybe can help them to relax their body. And for example, if the women have endometriosis, the menses, they feel very pain.
Yes.
So we will use acupuncture to reduce their pain.
Okay.
And if because the qi and the blood circulation is very good, is blocked, and use acupuncture is have a good result. And but some case is not this the problem. Some people maybe because the body is weak. For example, maybe the problem is the kind of pregnancy.
Yes.
And the follicles quality is not very good because the endometriosis eat over the nutrition. So make the follicle, the quantity quality not very good. If you only do the acupuncture treatment, is totally not enough. It only can push your circulation better, but cannot give you the follicle more nutrition. This part you must use the herbs to do. And another thing is even if some people is because the endometriosis, they want to make the endometriosis reduce or make it smaller. And if you only use two leg working better than one. So you use acupuncture, okay, and at the same time you with the herbs, the function is much more better than you only use one method.
Okay, so combining acupuncture
together
and
is
herbs
the
is
best.
the best method.
Of course, it's depending on what kind of case and how worse the case.
Okay.
And in some cases, if not very worse, and maybe only use acupuncture or herbs is okay. In some cases, maybe you have to combine together. So it's depending on these kind of things.
How often the patient should come to get treatment for acupuncture to see any results?
Okay.
Or how long they should also take the herbs? Like what's the time period that you think? I know it's probably individual, but in general, what would you recommend?
One thing is it's not means the more the best. And some people will say, okay, I already do acupuncture, I do. No, it's wrong. And it depends on the people, the body condition. Before we mentioned the TCM is very care about the people, the body condition, because different people, like you and me, different people have different body condition. So we must use different way. These people suitable is not mean that people can do. For example, acupuncture. The acupuncture is good suitable for the people is strong, and the qi and the blood is very healthy. This kind of people, they can do acupuncture frequently. And some people, the body is very weak. The qi, we say their qi means the energy is weak. We don't suggest they do too often the acupuncture because the acupuncture almost like it's like a small operation. We release the people the qi. If the people the qi is weak, you do too often the acupuncture, they will feel very tired, and the qi is more weak. It's harmful for your body. It's not good for your body.
Okay.
And the herbs also is depend on the which kind of problem. So we will give the different advice. For example, if some people they want make the endometriosis reduce, or want to make it smaller. This means it's a long journey. It's not a 1 day, 2 day. Can like the miracle can make it disappear. So normally we suggest the patient come here. The treatment is roughly 3 months. So means 3 months they come here and maybe once to three times a week the acupuncture, but depending on the body condition and the herbs, maybe they can think about the once or twice a day, and after 3 months later, or they can do ultrasound again, see whether have any change or not.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why the ultrasound, the radio,
it's
very important. It's not a take upon then I will know.
Yeah, well, that's good. Thank you so much for that. Can you explain a little bit how traditional Chinese medicine can help with the with endometriosis patient who might suffer from infertility because of endometriosis?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to answer the question because this is my job every day faced with this kind of a group. The first, we should understand why the endometriosis will make the people cannot pregnancy. And the main reason is two. First, the endometriosis will eat the overall nutrition, and because it grow outside, grow the follicle nutrition, so make the follicle, the quantity and the quality is not good. And another reason is because their environment, the uterus lining. Maybe you do ultrasound, it look like, yes, it's still very nice and the three line is very clear, but maybe the inside, the nutrition is not very good now because of endometriosis. So for us, is for example, if the people is because of the follicle, the follicle's quantity. Some it's depending on how worse the case, and some people, even if they are the endometriosis, they still can try natural, and some people they cannot. They have to think about the IVF or some other ways. It's depending on how worse the case. For example, some people maybe they do ultrasound, the day 2, the follicle, the quantity is still okay. So normal women roughly each side 5 to 10 follicle. If the follicle quantity they are still okay, that means and the age is still okay. It's not too old, and maybe they still have a chance. They can think about to try the natural way, and use the TCM is enough. And in some case, maybe they can help you there. The follicles quality, means the quantity is okay. But we worry about is the quality. Means you look like still have a lot of the follicle, but maybe inside is not really can use. So your TCM we hope can improve the follicles quality and make them can natural pregnancy. This is this kind of group. And some group they do ultrasound day 2. Their follicles quality is very poor now. And this kind of case, and the age is one reason. And this kind of case, maybe they try natural, the chances are not very high. So maybe we're thinking, suggest them think about the IVF or something. But the IVF also is not a guarantee.
Of course.
Yeah. So
no guarantees.
Yeah. So we hope we use the TCM to help them the follicles quantity and quality and increase their chance. So this is what we do, this part. And the second, some people maybe is the lining, the environment, the uterus lining not very good. And so we can do some treatment for them to improve their lining, the environment, the nutrition is thick enough, and help them to implantation. And some people maybe is the filmie 2 is block. And depending on the 2 how worth, if just slightly block, we also can think about to use the TCM to make it unblock and increase their natural pregnancy chance. But if very worse cannot, so have to think about the IVF. And some group is if they do IVF, during they do IVF, they feel very stressful, and especially they use some chemical, and they feel pain, low back pain, a lot of the sign, and cannot sleep. So the TCM also can help them for this kind of their sign.
I hope that a lot of endometriosis patients are going to listen to this and find all this information very useful. Thank you so much for talking to us today. And thank you so much for watching Endo 360 Help. If you like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any new updates. See you next time. Bye.